Hi there. So today I want to talk about getting better round edges on hard surface subdivision modeling, and I will use this old scene. So this is a 3D model of a Nintendo video game I did a couple of years ago. Still accurate yet. So as you can see here, everything is modeled in subdivision surfaces, and you can see the beautiful round edges I've been able to achieve here or here on this plastic round button. And if you take a closer look, even here you have beautiful round edges at a very small scale. And just for you to notice, to know, there is no round edges at the bottom of this button, even if this button is modeled in a single piece. So same thing here on this little button, where I've been taking care of having this really soft, really small round edge, and the same goes on and on every buttons, like this one. As you can see, lovely round edges here, there too, very detailed edges. And finally, let's take a look at the box here. So as you can see, beautiful rounded edges. So how can you achieve that? So first, intention. Many people will tell you, well, why don't you use the round edges, on the material? Right, so it usually works for let's say big objects. Actually, I am inside 3ds Max, and the settings are centimeters displayed, and the system scale is centimeters. So I have this small cube which is 20 centimeters for each side, and let's take a look at the render of this cube. So as you can see, this is a really hard edge here. I think the only thing that make it a little round, if you get it in a close-up shot, it's from the render settings, the anti-aliasing parameter should be perhaps a little high. Oh, sorry, it is here at the bottom, I think. Yes, the filter size here, which is the default filter size, is set to 1.5 for the anti-aliasing. If you set it, let's say, to 1 only, as you can see, it is sharper. Let's try, no, 1 is the lowest value, but if you use a bigger filter size, let's set it to 2, as you can see, the border, the edge of the shape is less sharper, is less sharp. Well, filter 4, it's really too big. I used to work with 1.15 or 1.2. Sorry, 1.2. So this edge is too hard for me, for what I want to do. So people used to say, hey, use round edges on the material. So here I am working with a glossy material from Octane Render. So let me turn it to the fast model and give it a radius of 0.1. Whoa, this is really too big. So divided by 10, 0.01, still too big, divided by 10 again, 0.001, still, well, still a little too big for me. Let's try a lower value, 0.005. No, impossible. You cannot go under the 0.001. And well, as you can see, the reflection is a little weird here on the corner, and actually I personally don't like that. It's okay if you are let's say 50, if the camera is 50 centimeters from the object, this can be okay, but if you want to make a close-up, it's gonna be wrong. There is another parameter here, which is the round edge roughness. So you can check this value, but it only works if you use the round edge accurate section. So turning this value down to 0, the edge roundness, let's see what you get. So there is no smoothing. There's a roundness but without smoothing. So let's turn it back to the maximum value, which is 1. But again, as you can see, I don't know, it's weird. It's like this round is smaller than this one. So I don't really like to work this way. So second method, well, subdivide. That's the way we used to do it, so why not? Okay, so let's bring in an edit poly inside and subdividing the angles like I did here, with adding some loops everywhere around the cube, all right, on every side of the cube. So now if I use a turbo smooth overlay with, let's say, 2 iterations, I will only turn the isoline displays here. Let me go back to the polygon. All right, let me quickly take a look at the render preview. Well, as you can see, it's looking, well, some kind of, I don't know, weird. As you can see, there's a gap between the, in fact, the corner is a little rounded. Let me just zoom here. The corner is, the edge is a little round, but there is this weird reflection. I'll try to show you this weird reflection in a better way. Sorry, let me just zoom into that face. I will use a smaller render window so I can see what I'm doing. All right. So let's turn the turbo smooth on again. As you can see, there are weird reflections here. You see this line, or this weird line here, this one here, this reflection. It's like the cube is not a real plane surface. And I will, oh, let's take a look at this one. You know this angle, this weird reflection angle that appears, and this one, that's not just a reflection of the light, that's how the object is reflecting the light. You can see it here again. So what is happening here? In fact, if you turn, let me turn the turbo smooth here like that. So the real issue is that when you activate the turbo smooth and use subdivisions, the Phong smoothing algorithm will smooth the angles with the information provided. But what's happening here is that even with the turbo smooth here, with an iteration of 1, what will happen is, let me turn off this edit poly. What will happen is that it will try to smooth from edges, from this edge here to this one over there, going through this one in the middle, and it will do the same thing here. So it will try to smooth from this one to this one here, down here, through this one. So let me show you. So I'm gonna show you what is happening using a simple plane. So edit poly, I'm going to the edges, I'm gonna select this one and extrude this one like that, and extrude this one to the bottom. So what the Phong algorithm will do, let me turn it, this one here and this one here. So the Phong algorithm will interpolate the smoothness from the angles of let's say this face and this one, but also this face and this one. So it's going to make some weird things like I'm sorry, how to create a welding point, a cut. It will try to go from this point to this point, all right, and it's gonna smooth through. So it's gonna use the angle that exists just on the side before, and it will smooth the lightning, all right, to this side, and it will goes round and round and round until it reaches the next edge, and it's gonna make the same thing from here to here. So it's gonna go around here. So if your edges are too far away from each other, let's say this, I'm sorry, all right, let's say this edge is far away and this one is far away from the curvature. Let me use the cut tool. It's gonna try to go around here, but because the next edge is really far away, it's gonna make a really small, a really long, it will take a long time to go to the next edge. So the smoothing will be in effect for a surface that is too big for the result we want to achieve. So let me just delete this and go back, zoom on that one. What's that cube? Okay, I'm gonna remove that edit poly here at the top. So here we are. So people used to say, hey, you want round edges, so just add some loops at the border, then turn on, add a turbo smooth, add some iterations and render that. Okay, kernel back. I want to show you again the imperfections. I think you can see them here. All right, it's smoothing from very far away from the border, from the first line, which is here, to the next one and next one, and it's smoothing here at the top from this line to the other line over there, going through this one, but there is such a distance, and that's what will make those weird reflections. And if you take a step back, look at those weird reflections here. So here is the trick, and it's very simple. You need to add another loop really close to the first one. So I'm gonna use the Swift loop tool. So I'm gonna add a loop here, another loop here, and then another one there. So now it is doubled. So when using the Turbo Smooth, even with just one interpolation, the only faces that are rounded are those faces here. Let me select them for you so you can see it better. Those are this one, this one, this one, and this one. And those two faces are on the same plane. There are extrapolations. So here are four rounded faces, and those two one are exactly on the same plane. So now the Phong smoothing is gonna happen, let's say, between this line and this line. So it's gonna be rounded here, and when the Phong will now be applied from this line to this line, it's gonna be a smaller distance, and when the Phong will be applied from this line to the other line over there, even if the distance is great, this is no issue because they are on the same plane. So back to the render now, you can see the result. It's just a perfect rounding angle, okay, with perfect reflections, as you can see here. Because if I take a look over there where the lines have not been doubled, this is not just a light reflection. You can see there is something weird happening in between. That's just happening here. This strange line here is the smoothing between the last face over there at the other side and this edge, from this edge to this one, okay, and this one. So because they are far away, the smoothing is made between all the sides, all those available loops. So now if I add, if I double the loops here, all right, you will see with the Turbo Smooth turned on with only one iteration, you will see the result. Let me zoom a little back. You will see the result. No more weird reflections here. Alright, so now I still have the problem at the bottom because I didn't double the lines. So I think there are angles that will show the issue. Oh, I was there. Yeah, here, as you can see, because the bottom is not doubled. You see, this one, weird reflection. So if you want to get rid of it, once again, just add a loop at the bottom, double the loops, swift loop. We're gonna double the line here, and back to turbo smooth with only one iteration. And as you can see, this weird reflection over there is gone. Alright, so I hope you've learned what you wanted to learn. So just give me a thumb up or down if you like or dislike, and give me send me your comments. Tell me. I know this one was a little longer than I expected. I thought 10 minutes will be okay, but I really wanted to show you this little detail that make your pictures brighter, I mean better. So like, dislike, comments, subscribe, and if you want me to talk about something special, just ask on the comments. Thank you very much for coming, and see you soon. Thanks.